Yo, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all the other episodes, stop by raprankings.com or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform.
This was a single?
I had the same thought.
Kind of.
Like,
Not
what
really.
are you telling me, Wikipedia? Why are you telling me things that aren't true?
It was technically a single. They made I think a CD single in France for it, so they consider it a single. We know about the French, okay, and their extreme proclivities.
Yeah, there isn't even a link for this. It has to be European. And maybe they put some of those freestyles on there as a B-side or something.
I definitely don't remember it being played on the radio. So if it was it was
played
the
about
fourth
7
single,
songs
supposedly.
of this on the radio. This was not one of them.
Yeah, I would have remembered if this was one of them. But
Only the French.
I still can't believe that they played "Kill You." It was like a fucking it was like a mime performance on the radio. I'm like, why are you playing this?
Yeah, I would
It's
guess
just
they had to
silence.
censor everything. Yeah,
You don't want to. What's the point of this? And that's all you got.
Hey man, Moulz, I don't know about you, but I think the intro might have to be "This was a single."
Yeah.
Well,
That's a
genuine
new kind of
question.
intro. It's a great
real
question. Too.
coming
It's
to
a-
you live from the Yay area. You may remember him
Yay
from
Arena.
his appearance on the E40 My Ghetto Report Card review. This man
Do you hit
is
like this? Do you hit like this? Do you hit like this?
Yeah.
the most longtime supporter of the show, I would say, from a day zero.
There you
A
go.
true day zero. We love him. You love him. Please welcome back. And by the way, congrats on your, you and Mel, you guys like those Waryos.
Yeah.
Wario Land.
Yeah.
So congrats on the chip, Always
I'm
a
just
good
gonna
thing.
say, we drinking Lobos and we telling y'all to shut up. Period.
You know what it is. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, I already hit it once this episode, but Moulz gonna have to deal with this because it's both of us in the building. Here we go.
But if they ever die, this live TV, right? Yes, sir. Fuck them.
That's right.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, y'all know who it is.
Oh man, talk
it's-
that talk.
It's our
It
main
feels
man
good.
saying
Feels
it's
good.
crazy. Back
It's
in the
our
building.
main man, but I should mention,
I'm happy to be here.
maybe
Thank you.
the most devoted Eminem fan that I know personally.
Me too. I'm talking about myself. Unfortunately.
Okay, he is the he is the inventor and the purveyor rather of the Marshall Madness hashtag on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's literally just me and like some soccer player that I get
Yeah.
retweeted sometimes. I'm like, who that? No, not that Marshall.
Right.
Jeez.
Yeah, Mathers, Marshall Mathers.
Marshall
Yeah, you
Madness.
are the creator of that hashtag. I know it's
just
you. And I
pretty
see
much
that.
me because I
Yeah.
looked. I was like, this really could have caught on fairly easily, and no.
So
You should be crowned as one of
this
the
is-
foremost,
this is someone who I would say is a true enthusiast and appreciator, understander, historian, and representative.
Memorizer.
of Eminem. Yeah, exactly. So, welcome, Sean.
I'm glad to be back. How you feeling?
I think we're feeling pretty
I'm-
good. We're feeling pretty good
That's
over
awesome.
here. We hope you're doing the
I'm
same.
a little warped in the head this week from listening to this album.
You listened to the
naturally.
whole thing?
Oh, multiple
Yeah,
times.
I haven't
Yeah.
done it, and I used to listen to it multiple times a year for 20-some years, but
Wow.
especially in the summer. It's a big
Word.
summer album, May 23rd. But I haven't listened to it in about a year, but I can play it in my head, which I did.
Right.
And despite being my status as a top Eminem memorizer, especially of this era, this is the song that I picked is actually one I wouldn't give myself 100% on the memory test for this song, because there's one line that I'm like, what is he saying? And I know what he's saying, I just can't say it.
One of those.
We can get to that.
Okay.
We can get to that.
Interesting.
Well, yeah, we are here to do track 10. I'm back, produced by Dr. Dre and my dad, Mel Man. Yeah.
No man, shitting on the world. I can't believe he's like is known as like the guy that produced Eminem. And he was just that guy on the Aftermath CD who was on a toilet over a picture of the globe.
Oh man.
Just what was happening there. It's actually a pretty good R&B album.
Really?
I think a blank check was being issued to, Dre and Aftermath.
There's some R&B joints on there that I thought were pretty cool.
Hey, we almost got
No Second Chance.
A King T
Sexy
album
Dance.
entirely produced by Dr. Dre.
Almost.
Could have happened. Rakim.
Almost.
Could have happened.
Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, Helter Skelter coming soon.
Yes. Any day now.
Did they take that out of Doggy Style, or are they still printing that in there?
I think it's out now.
Yikes.
Did we hear that in the
Well, actually, Doggy Style is out entirely.
Oh yeah, they took it off because Snoop Dogg and his NFTs and such.
Oh, that's right. It's gone. Well, coming soon. One of my other favorite things about the Marshall Mathers LP specifically is it has the greatest sentence of 1998 to 2000, which is Snoop Dogg appears courtesy of No Limit Records.
The No Limit Snoop Dogg era.
I love No Limit Snoop. I do.
I gotta get myself
Unabashedly.
more acquainted. I know next to nothing about that era.
The first album is literally a No Limit album. It's fun. It sounds like a No Limit album. And he's got Snoop and Mia X, Snoop and Fiend, Snoop and Mystical. I'm like, Snoop pretty much fits with anything. So that one's good if you can stomach No Limit, because it's basically a No Limit album. There's like one Daz beat, and the rest of it's all Tank. It's 98
Right,
Tank. It's
what
the
was
second
it?
album has Dre.
No Limit Top Dog, right?
That's a great album. It's got Dre. It's got Battle Cat. Ant Banks does Daz poorly. I don't know if Ant Banks didn't show up that day or what happened. But
I think there's a quick beat or two on there as well.
Quick beats on there are
Bustin'
fucking
Rocks
phenomenal.
is on there, right?
They're fucking phenomenal. Bustin' Rocks, Don't Tell.
Yep. Oh,
My
Don't Tell.
grandfather loved doing too much. Yeah, he had that on a dub tape. He just dubbed the song on the whole side, doing too much, just over and over. And then it just got worn down, and just the longer it got into the tape, it would get slower. So we had to chop and screw, doing too much by the end.
Gotta love that.
Yeah.
That
so this is late No Limit Snoop. This is right before Last Meal.
It's funny. I didn't even know Snoop Dogg was on No Limit until later in my life. I felt like
it was a fun detour. And it was like, well, Death Row's not doing anything. Snoop needs to hitch his wagon to one of these successful camps. And never did anyone think it was going to be No Limit.
It's
He
that
was
in
featured
between
on everything.
period.
Like, he's going to be on somebody's label soon. What do you mean Master P signed him? Okay.
yeah.
Because I think people remember Beautiful.
He did cameos with them.
And, the stuff he was doing with Pharrell in the early
Pharrell
to mid-2000s.
stuff is very popular. It's very popular.
But I think sometimes the No Limit stuff gets overlooked. It's that in between, the Death Row era and then that
There's
next
some thumpers
evolution.
on there.
Oh, yeah.
No Limit Snoop. Some thumpers.
No Limit Top Dog might be his third best album, in my opinion.
It might be.
I'm seeing on that Wikipedia, they're saying, critics said it was a return to form, best album since Doggy Style.
It's the album that gave you the original Bitch Please, which the sequel is on this album.
Got it. Yeah, I see it here on the track list. Okay.
It also has a No Limit version of the Symphony, which sounds exactly like you think it does. It's the No Limit Soldiers version of the Symphony.
Huh.
It's it is. I just explained the song. There's really not much more to it than that.
I guess in New York, at least, they weren't playing a lot of stuff from those records. It's like, I remember seeing the Doggy Style stuff on MTV. Murder Was the Case and all that. And then
huge.
After that, he reemerged with he reemerged with Lay Low in New York, basically.
Yeah. Which Master P got on somehow.
Yeah.
Like, why is Master P on a Dr. Dre beat? Why?
They just completely kind of skipped over the majority of that era.
And there's some heat rocks on that album.
That's all stuff I had to come to later. Like Mel, it wasn't something in real time I was aware that was happening.
Yeah, like in my kid brain, it was like he put out Doggy Style, and he just like coasted on that album for like however long, and then popped back up with like the Neptunes and stuff. Like that was Snoop Dogg's career.
Yeah, he
didn't
have another mainstream hit until Lay Low.
Got it. Okay. I mean, I was like, what was this? Lay Low 2001. I was like 8, so
Did the East Side has come out yet? I don't even think they had done their album yet. Their first album hadn't come out yet. So yeah, he was coasted on Doggy Style.
I mean,
he was all over No Limit. He was a big No Limit guy, and I would buy, not you would, because I wouldn't wish you buying all those No Limit CDs on anyone, but I would skip to the Snoop song when I bought the album, and it usually was one of the best songs on the album. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, my mom had a lot of. I remember some of the songs, but mostly just remember staring at the album artwork in like the passenger seat,
it's mind numbing. You can stare at it for hours.
It's sensory overload of it.
You could find something new every time.
Yeah, it was like Mr. a Where's Waldo
on the next level.
I remember asking her. I'm trying to remember who it was.
Bull at a pool party.
Yeah. What album was this? It was like
Full-Blooded?
I believe it was a No Limit album.
Probably.
Yeah, it was The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. Yeah, it was Ghetto Boys.
Oh, the Ghetto Boys one. That was ugly. Yeah.
And I remember looking at this, and in my kid brain, I was thinking literally. So I went to my mom and I'm like, so who's the good, who's the bad, and who's the ugly?
Really
like on the cover. You really can. And she actually, to her credit, like she tried to like. I'm sure she knew like it's not meant to be taken that literally, but she gave a crack at it.
Pen and Pixel.
Yeah, it's like you see like a bunch of old people on a sidewalk looking disapprovingly at a dude sitting down smoking.
I think they're the good because they're in blue.
Yeah, they're the good.
And then the ugly is Uncle Sam because he's in red.
So
the crack smoker would be the bad.
The bad, right? Yeah, it's
and the
crazy
Ghetto Boys are over them all.
Yeah, yep. They're better than.
I wish 504 Boys Goodfellas had come out as a. Did you ever see the original artwork for 504 Boys Goodfellas?
Let me see.
It was an album that we were really, really excited about based on the artwork, and it didn't happen.
Yeah, I think this is, I guess, the new artwork.
The new artwork is just the 504 Boys.
Right. Is this the original artwork with like, is like Master P with a panther?
Yep. There it is. Silk the Shocker was photoshopped in later. Originally, it was just P and Mystical.
Yeah, I'm getting walking with a panther energy from this.
Yes.
Oh.
Mystical P, Silk the Shocker was photoshopped in after the Panther.
Oh, brother.
Originally, it was Nino Brown and G Money, and it was just going to be a P and Mystical album. This would have been huge if this had come out, but it did not.
That's a shame.
Unfortunately. I recommend for No Limit Snoop, I recommend Thug Girl on The Last Don. And anything off the Cain and Abel and My Brother's Keeper, he was all over that.
Got it.
He was good with C Murder too.
Every time I think of C Murder, I think of I think it was Are We There Yet? Bow Wow was in a movie and he had a C Murder CD and like it got thrown out the window because like it's like we can't be listening to nobody named C Murder, like that sounds violent or something.
Well, it's violent.
Yeah, anyway. Look, this is tonight we're talking about violence. It's Slim Shady, Marshall Mathers, Eminem. It has to happen. Folks, if you're new here, the rating system that we're going to be using to rate this song, Sean already knows it, so we don't have to go through it with him. If you're unfamiliar, raprankings.com, FAQs, rating system is there. But, it's track 10. I'm back. Sean, you want to give a rating first? Should we go first? How you want to do this?
You should go first.
Oh, we should go first?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll kick it off. I'm going with the flat 7.
I'm going with a flat.
I'm
8.
I'm sick to my stomach.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I considered a 7+, but I had to be honest. I went with the flat 7. I like it. I do like it.
Sean, you got to understand, when it comes to Eminem, Mel's more Mockingbird than I'm back, you know?
No, I wouldn't go that far.
Eminem,
I wouldn't go that far. No.
Eminem wore many hats. Would you say you're more beautiful Eminem?
Definitely not. No.
Oh,
Moulz is making fun of me. No, I like that song, but no, I prefer whacked out, insane Eminem to sentimental Eminem.
I'm just making fun of Mel. That's all.
Yeah, a small penis rap aficionado.
It's okay. I found things to enjoy from Kamikaze and music to be murdered by. So
hey, listen, I'm
music
pushing
to
the
be
music
murdered by
to be
isn't
murdered
terrible.
by agenda.
It's not
to this
terrible.
day.
Stepdad
is money.
The Royce track on there is good. That Black Thought song needs a better beat.
We gotta stop giving Black Thought songs 7s just because Black Thought's on them. That's
the
my
Anderson
take on
.Paak song is really good.
It's been a minute since I heard.
I think that was the one Dre beat, or like 2 Dre beats, and he was like, "Please don't give me one of those Monster Energy drink beats," and it worked.
Yo, we got shit on part 2 also. I think there's an
some
album
good
between
stuff
those
on
2
part
albums
2 as well. Yeah, you put it together, it's probably like one good album, which makes it like most double hip hop albums post 1998.
Right.
1998 though, it's like an embarrassment of riches of double albums.
I think the door got blown open officially with
8Ball dropped a double album in '98, I think.
8Ball, E40.
Mm-hmm.
Then 3 6 Mafia put out an album and a half at the beginning of 1999.
Yeah.
Mel's hedging here. He's going with a 7. I got an 8. Sean.
Flat 8? Okay.
Yeah, flat 8. Amy, baby. Where are you at with this?
I know I said before that every song was a 10, including the skits, but I'm going to give it a flat 9.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow. Wait, is that a...
That's a royal watch.
That's a royal watch?
A royal watch. 3 consecutive numbers. 7, 8, 9. We get to hit the drop. Here we go.
Hit it.
Yeah, this is... We don't... Usually only Jesse ends up making this happen, so this is great.
To all my niggas that been living it up, what you do?
Watch. There we go.
The royal watch.
What?
Yeah.
What? That's fantastic.
I very much enjoyed him. Was that Dave Portnoy that was doing that?
Sure.
Yeah, he got his
else?
spirits crushed because the Celtics lost. So I very much enjoy playing that drop even more.
It's even better now.
Yeah, it's even better. But yeah, this record, to bring it all the way back to the first comment, when I was writing my notes at the beginning of the week, and this was one of the songs that popped in my head the second I thought about this album, because this hook, him singing to the melody of the bass, that's why they call me Slim Shady. I'm back. That popped in my head immediately.
It's a nice bass line.
Nice bass line. But the funny thing is, I was listening to the song and I was like, this feels like this was probably like his first shot at a sophomore album single, but then he realized it wasn't quite a single. And now finding out that, this was eventually released as a 4th single, but we had in the info section, like when he first submitted the album, the label was like, we can't sell this shit. We don't got any singles. I feel like this was his first crack at it. Even more, I feel like my theory might have some weight to it.
He says the name, you hear Slim Shady how many times? About a dozen times in the hook.
Right, he's mentioning the Slim
Shady. So that has to
Shady
be,
persona.
This was just a European single, though, Mel. It was not a U.S. single.
It's very much a European.
It was released
single.
later.
I can see France put on that
European.
new Eminem.
Right. Yeah. They knew it wasn't going to fly in the U.S., but they threw it out overseas. But
I can unveil this secret. It's not really a secret, but I was not into Eminem until this album came out.
Really?
It's true.
So the first album, you were like, I don't see what the big deal is.
I was like, what's wrong? What's with this guy's voice?
So Marshall Madness didn't officially start until May
23rd. That's why it was May whatever. First time I heard Real Slim Shady on the radio. I had What's the Difference and forgot about Dre, but I was like, okay. So he doesn't do the voice all the time. But no, I didn't know about like the radio beast that was freestyling and going crazy. I didn't know about any of that till after this album.
Wow.
Funny enough, Sean, last time you came on the show, we were talking about D12 live in London. I went back and listened to that whole radio broadcast.
Oh my goodness. The best rap album of 2001.
Yes.
D12 live in London, huh?
It's like a comedy album.
Yeah, it's a radio show.
I can believe that.
I think they just go, what is it, Tim Westwood?
Yeah. They were ciphering after a show backstage. And
it's like an hour, but like some of it, you'll hear actually on the mix I put up on Patreon of the Eminem freestyle collection, you'll hear a couple of the more, I guess, like traditional sounding rap freestyles from that session.
Some people rap, some people did New York freestyles, pre-written.
Yeah.
And Eminem was drunk and
it was comedy though,
and just completely freestyled. He freestyled in the foreign man voice. He did some scatting. He said he would pull a heist with a refrigerator full of mice. He was gone.
Fuck it, Mel. Do you have the Eminem mix at your disposal?
I do.
The new one?
No one wants to rap.
I mean, I believe the new one. Let's see here.
Do you see that there are freestyles that are surrounded by like interludes at one point?
Let's see.
I have a lot of that freestyle memorized. That's fantastic.
Let's see. Eminem freestyle collection. Let's see. You said surrounded by interludes?
Yeah, in
For
between
some
the
reason,
freestyles.
the thing that busts me up is Bizarre saying you ain't got nothing but some fake ice to Swiftie. When they start battling each other.
Oh yeah, I see all these. There's like three of them.
They do like an Onyx freestyle where they start drilling, yelling a word out in unison.
Yeah.
Every time someone puts on a Dre beat, they threaten the DJ's life.
What?
Yeah.
No, you got to hear it. It's like over an hour.
Yeah.
It's like
I remember us talking about this last time he was on.
I mean, this could be the genesis of Loiter Squad, basically. Is this freestyle?
That group insanity, that group nonsense and absurdity. Yeah, I mean, we know how much Tyler, is influenced by this guy. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like, what are they doing? At one point when Eminem was talking gibberish, somebody just went, "What are you talking about?"
when your own people are saying that, you know you're on one. It's I've been there. Whacked out.
It's fantastic. Yeah. It's comedy. It's broad comedy.
Moulz, you included like 5 tracks of this freestyle?
Yeah, just play one of them that's called freestyle.
All right, let's see. Eminem freestyle collection.
The rest are on the mix.
Let's start with the first one, track 19 here on this mix. Let's see. All right, here we go. Let's listen to these guys.
Hand me an 8, beat me up and land me in space. I'ma sit on top of the world and spit on Brandy and Mace. I'm more than ill, scarier than a white person trapped in a room with Lauryn Hill. Human horror film, but with a lot funnier plot. And people will feel me, cause I'ma still be the mad rapper, whether I got money or not. As long as I'm on pills and I got plenty of pot, I'll be in a canoe paddling, making fun of your yacht. But I would like an award for the best rapper to get one mic and a source, and a wardrobe I can afford. Otherwise I might just end up back striking it forward. And you wonder what the hell I need more Viking for. Everybody's pissing me off. Even the No Limit tank looks like a middle finger sideways flipping me off. No dumb, a grave danger to my health. Why else would I kill you than jump in the grave and bury myself? You can hate me now.
Hate us.
Fake proof, fake proof,
ha, ha, yeah.
need to run for cover. Eminem is white, but he's still my brother. Slim Shady, known to go and smoke crack. But you and Charlie Baltimore got something common, you both whack. How you feel about that? No need to jock him. You so whack, you make Master P sound like Rakim. When it's time to bust y'all, when we trust y'all, we dust y'all. Who y'all break your balls like cue balls? I know who you are, you RuPaul, Duke Star. For those that try to fall and try to brawl, all y'all get bust up and banged up, framed up. How many MCs bring my name up? The same slut said the same thing as freestyle. No need to rehearse, my verse is universal. Cursive flow, crush you like Herschel Walker, Ali Sparker, 3-8 Sparker, Highland Parker, Chalker. You MCs can't get darker than the Midwest bracket. It's us, me and MZ. Come right there, you feeling flimsy. Tipsed up, one time romped on, we riffed up. It's bad to the evil, met that. Now it's all the same. Death rap, for those don't even say get blast away, passed away, blasted ass. Hey yo, the saver aftermath, Slim Shady, you heard that. My words black, but best you up cause you preferred that. Then hear me now, prefer that. The surgic is knife, preferred with life. I'll make you allergic to life. You die for this, don't even battle us. See us at the, what's that? Subterranean. We knock your brain in. فوز الحمد لله لخريبين.
That's right.
You hear when you hear him and his pals in that mode, it's like it's clear this dude subsists on rap. Like I really don't know what he would do without it.
It's like, what do you want to do right now, Marshall? Rap.
Exactly. Like his current form makes total sense.
Yeah.
Like,
this is the logical progression of where he was going on this album. I mean, look, let's get into some of the verses on this song. I murder a rhyme one word at a time, Like, that's his first line out the gate.
This is M.O.
This was the point where I was like, is he just going to try and rhyme everything ever?
Man.
This is about that point. I'm like, he's going to try and rhyme everything at some point.
We've said, Moulz and I, like, he is the rap bot. He's the rapping robot. His only point of existing at this point is to rhyme words. Yep. And once you accept that, I think if you're a person who previously enjoyed Eminem and maybe stopped, I think you can re-enter the enjoyment space. You just have to recalibrate your brain to understand he's not interested in really making records like he was anymore. He's
kind of doing the written version of those gibberish freestyles.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's doing pull a heist with a refrigerator full of mice, but instead he's like,
but shouldn't we be happy
looking at
he's
kitchen
doing that?
utensils and rhyming it with celebrities' names?
That's what I'm wondering. Like, would you rather have him making Future music and Drake music and stuff like that, or should he be Eminem?
Right. He should just be Eminem. The logical.
I just don't want him to be the Micro Machines guy, but he can rap. Please keep rapping.
Yeah, it's like it's one of those things where it's easy to make fun of the guy now, but
the Micro Machine stuff I can live without. The classic rock stuff I just don't like that at all.
It's the worst element of modern Eminem for sure for me.
I don't like it at all. The only one I liked was Sing for the Moment, and I was like, that was fine. I hope he never does that again.
I didn't even like that one.
You didn't like Sing for the Moment, right?
I don't like Emmett Stadium Rock Eminem. That's not what I came to him for. That's not what he's here to do for me.
It's a hair metal thing, and I like 80s rock, so I can tolerate that one song, but it got old real quick. Please no.
What was the one? Maybe it was.
He did.
I love you.
Oh
you
my god!
Love me.
Yeah, I screamed in pain when I heard that one.
I was thinking about all that when we played that soundbite back in the info section where the dude on TRL was like, you could hear Eminem's he was flustered because the guy was like, do you ever let other... He was basically asking a rapper, does anybody write for you? Which is ghostwriting. And Eminem, sounded somewhat offended, but he just kind of understood the TRL guy. Didn't really know what he was asking. He's like, yeah, no, But it turned into a conversation about sampling. And it was funny hearing Eminem say, yeah, I don't really do that. And then later on, you hear these flips of these, prominent records, in his career, these, classic rock samples. So it's funny to me to see what he is now. He's a guy who just wants to rhyme words, flip things that are popular that he enjoys.
But because he reached a certain level of mainstream acceptance, he can't just do that. he has to do these stupid records with Skylar Grey and the stuff we don't want to hear from him.
He always needs an arena song because he headlines festivals now, and those Rihanna songs. And
oh, we got a monster apologist in the building.
I like the monster.
Good Lord.
Yeah, he loves the monster. He's been.
I'm not a fan of either of those.
I don't like the monster.
Moulz, you should know.
I don't like the monster for any other reason than I think it's a money chorus by Rihanna carries the song.
I mean, it's better than the Bruno Mars chorus. I'll give it that.
Jeez. I don't even look. I don't really like part 2. Bad Meets Evil.
Oh man, yeah.
I'm picky with modern Eminem, but I still rock with M.
Everyone is. There's some morsels for everyone.
I really do think there's still some people are just hard on him. They're too cool for school. If you listen to him and you don't smirk at least one time at something he says, you're listening wrong. I'm just gonna say you're listening.
I know
wrong.
You've heard the bonus track on MMLP2 where he's rapping over Smith and Wesson, but he's like modern Eminem rapping over Smith and Wesson. It's just like it's so incongruous. Like you're not supposed to be rapping over this beat like this. Yeah.
And it's crazy because Dave Holmes in the MTV interview we played asks Eminem, would you ever cover another rap artist song? He's like, nah, right. I would never do that. And come to, on the Marshall Mathers LP2, he kind of does. He doesn't spit the exact same bars as Black Moon, but it's the same beat. He's got Buckshot on the record, and he's just doing his thing on there, but it's basically a remake of the old record.
It is. That's probably the only time he's done that. And he'll throw in, obviously, famous lines from other rappers. Like on I'm Back, he does the I'll take 7 kids from Columbine, stand them all in line.
Yeah.
He's a rap nerd. Rakim MCs. But, of course, at the time, this was censored out, if you can believe that. The album This Vulgar had, 4 words censored out. And 2 of them were kids in Columbine.
Yeah. They probably... Yeah, but even the completion of that thing, it's classic Eminem subversion, add an AK-47, revolver 9, Mac 11, ought to solve a problem of mine, and that's a whole school bully shot up all at one time. But he's shooting the kids from Columbine. Well, actually, I always took the line as he's shooting the Columbine killers, but he did say 7 kids, and there were only 2 kids. So maybe
it's a mixture.
Okay. Also, they were saying those Columbine kids were getting bullied before they decided to snap and shoot everybody, right?
Right. Okay.
Nobody's innocent.
I thought Eminem was... Okay, look, never mind. That's why it was censored. Okay.
He's very subversive.
They suspended Eminem for saying that he understood Columbine, okay?
This was nominated for Album of the Year at the Grammys.
Crazy.
And I don't know if it was the first rap album, but it was one of the first.
Oh man!
Concessions had to be made, right? Same thing with the Biggie Time to Get Paid blow up like the World Trade sample on Blueprint 2, just like a year after 9/11. It's time to get paid. You can't be too subversive on a major label.
Yeah, I just realized as I was reading this line back, because I really always thought of it as he's flipping it on his head. I'm going to shoot the Columbine shooters. But I think he's literally just
it might be both.
This situation.
As you know, he likes to shoot others and then himself.
Yeah.
As we saw in Encore.
Oh, brother.
Well, goes rogue.
This is that era of him. When you hear lines like this, it makes sense that he's turned into fist in the air Eminem now, revival Eminem. We're gonna course correct now.
We're gonna mosh.
Yeah.
Let's mosh again like we did last election year.
I really think this was probably his first attempt at a sing. All of the hallmarks of Eminem singles, the celebrity burns. The sort of life update, hey, I'm famous now, and I hate it. I'm going to kill some celebrities, Let's mention my persona that is famous.
It's NSYNC stinks.
Yeah, NSYNC, am I the only
J-Lo
one?
Puff.
By the way, NSYNC, why do they sing? Am I the only one who realizes they stink? It's okay, right. I really think this was his first shot at it. And he just ended up going back in. We read like, he made The Way I Am in response. Like, what do you want me to do? This is just like what I do. And then ironically, after that, he comes up with the real Slim Shady. So
the J-Lo line made me smirk to this day. I'm sorry.
Yeah. If I
I'm
ever
sorry,
stuck to any
Puff, but I
singer
don't
in
give a
showbiz,
fuck.
it'd be Jennifer Lopez. And Puffy, you know this.
Yep. It's pretty foul.
I missed that though.
This was in the MTV preview, because it was such a big album. They did interviews and press like it was a Madonna album, and one of the clips they played of the album was that line.
Oh man,
that's crazy.
And they're like, "Oh, you're really stirring it up on this one."
Dude, where he takes this line, though, if this chick was my own mother, I'd still fuck her with no rubber and come inside her and have a son and a new brother at the same time and just say, that ain't mine.
Ain't mine.
What's my name?
Not say it ain't mine. Say that it ain't mine. He has to put the extra syllable in there.
Yep.
because he's Eminem.
He's the technical wizard, and I just said that
You're
line,
getting complete sentences whether you like it or not.
Complete sentences when he's doing sick fuck talk, as I call it. It's like all of it is in there. All of the makings of classic shock value Eminem. But it's like, hearing this stuff in 2022, there is a part of me that misses it, because it's like nobody can be this unhinged anymore without it feeling like so much of a put on that you can't take it serious. Like, this was a time where you're like, is he really insane? Like, there's that thought in the back of your mind. It's like,
people thought he was going to be the next dead rapper because he was just speaking craziness.
He's talking crazy about everything to everyone.
He pistol whipped a bouncer. Like, he's going to die.
Like, it's just, this is, it's just,
like, he's either going to overdose or someone's just going to get into a fight in a club and pull out a pistol.
I mean, it was probably closer to the former. He had his drug abuse issues, but like, I remember feeling like, and keep in mind, like, my dad's Marine who's actually been in combat. I remember feeling in that like mid 2000s, like reading rap magazines, feeling like Eminem was like at war, like the Benzino beef and stuff. And I remember like feeling afraid, like, is he gonna die? Like, is he gonna get shot? Like, I really felt like, that whole turmoil was like gonna end in bloodshed, because at this point I'm like 11, 12. I remembered, well, not like remember like I was there, but like I know the history of the Tupac, Biggie, and like in my brain I'm like, is this getting to that level? Like, guys, we need to keep the peace. Like I would think of like having a peace summit between like Ja Rule.
I mean, in effect, the peace summit was getting 50 Cent. Maybe that was what diffused it all.
Like,
it's like, oh, we've got a New York rapper too, and he'll shoot you first. Maybe. Like,
I remember listening to like Toy Soldiers, like outside of my townhouse. Like, we were living in North Carolina at the time. Yeah. This is around. I remember listening to like Toy Soldiers and off feeling like I was at war. Yeah, off of that Encore. And
I prefer the original.
Oh, there was an original.
Oh my.
Well, the sample.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, the sample.
Don't do that to me.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, no,
Kids Incorporated sensation.
I was a big fan of that sample, and I felt like we were really in war times.
It was serious.
But the question is, Mel, whose side were you on?
Well, I was on the side of G Unit, Eminem, and everything. I was.
The Source has a white owner.
Yeah.
Like,
we know about Mel though with his peace treaties and whatnot.
I can't believe they allowed that magazine to tank because of his beef with Eminem. There were other things that caused it to tank, but it didn't help.
He was.
They gave Made Men 4.5 mics.
Jesse talks about it all the time. It's a great overstepping of power as far as he's concerned.
This has gone too far. Like,
I
so
kind
you're
of
saying
get it
this
though,
album
because you're
is
not
as good as hell on
out-rapping these
earth.
guys. You're not gonna out-rap these guys. You gotta like use whatever you can. If it's an abuse of power,
which is probably why you thought he was gonna get shot, because like, well, they're not gonna beat him on rap. Maybe they're just gonna beat him up.
They're gonna just have to kill this guy because he's not backing down.
Right now,
it's true.
Double XL is as vulnerable as the Source was when Eminem was beefing with Benzino.
But who's doing it now?
No one, but what I'm saying is...
Just in general.
The Source could make a comeback. I'm telling you, people are more nostalgic for the mics than the X's.
They are. You see more mics.
This could be blasphemous.
It could happen.
I mean, actually,
Does he
it's not
still
blasphemous.
own the Source?
No,
Benzino?
I think that's over and done with.
Well, then it might be prime. It might be time.
I was a double XL kid, but it makes sense because around when I started picking up rap magazines, they had decimated the Source.
Mm-hmm.
So like, the
Source was literally the Bible until about 2003.
Mm-hmm. And I started buying rap magazines around like 05, 06, 07.
I like the Master P issue of the Source in '97. They went all in.
Oh, I think I've seen that cover. Yeah.
They gave Ghetto D 4 mics. I was like, this has gone too far. But I
was all about, what's it called? I was all about the Source, and then the double XL came out with 50 on the cover, and like, he interviewed Talib Kweli. He was that guest editor on the issue, and it was like summer of 02, maybe summer of 03, the latest, and that was when I remember switching over and never looking back. Because in the music at the time, on, the Invasion mixtapes you were mentioning, Nail in the Coffin, I could no longer support the Source magazine at that point. It had been compromised.
It was over. It was beyond over. And it really started on this album, on the title track where he says double XL, double XL.
Yeah, Was it maybe that
like he disses them, but at least he still says the name of the magazine.
Right.
Like he bought the magazine. He doesn't like it, but he still bought it. As opposed to the Source where they just kind of just shut the building down.
I think I was probably above all. I was a big Vibe kid. Which was like the softer, like probably the softest of all the magazines.
Rap albums?
Yeah. Right. Of course I like Vibe the best, Like, it was Vibe, Double XL, then the Source for me, in that order.
As E40 said, I fuck with Murder Dog.
I was a little,
We know about Mel. He wasn't reading no rap magazines. He was reading Entertainment Weekly and Nickelodeon magazine.
I was reading Entertainment Weekly too.
I was definitely reading Entertainment Weekly. Yeah,
Entertainment Weekly had a little moment there.
It did. It did. I would bring them to school. I loved it. So like 6th grade, I was reading Entertainment Weekly in class. They had some moments, man. Don't sleep on Entertainment Weekly, but
were you rocking it with the Nickelodeon magazine? Don't sidestep the other half of the question, Mel.
Well, here's the thing. The commercials that they would show, like get your parents to order Nickelodeon. I wanted that subscription so bad. And I just never mustered up the courage to be like, hey, can I, I didn't want to go in the room and be like, can you guys order me the Nickelodeon? So I would just watch the commercial longingly with it was like the slime and the cake and the phone and the stacks of magazines. And it's just, I did get to buy them occasionally.
Mel. He was reading Vibe, Pro Wrestling Illustrated, and that
oddly enough, my magazine consumption as a kid, Vibe, Entertainment Weekly, Nickelodeon magazine, Maxim actually, for the articles. I was reading the Maxim articles.
No.
Yeah.
He was at the Yo-Yo-Yo school. Cut him some slack.
Well, no, this is before the Yo-Yo-Yo school. This is before then. This was before I got around them racist white people. Yeah, no. I'll say this.
Articles.
I was reading the art. I'll just say this. Someone in my family had a Maxim subscription. So they were always around the house. And I would just read them. Because I was a reader. I read things. Mm-hmm. My sexual awakening probably didn't happen. Where I realized, hey, these women are hot. Like, that didn't happen until probably 03, 04.
I literally remember my sexual awakening. And it happened with a magazine.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember the exact magazine, but it was one of those off-brand
at least it wasn't
magazines.
like a TV guide.
No, not a TV guide, but Close,
said too
basically.
much.
Oh no.
No, I think mine was. No, I think actually it was Vanity Fair, but TV Guide was right behind it.
This was the Wow World of Wrestling magazine, I believe. One of these like
that's legit. That's
offshoot
legit.
magazines. And there was just a picture of the new girl that Macho Man was with at the time. Her name was Gorgeous George.
Yeah, that works.
And I saw her.
Was George?
That was her name on screen, Gorgeous George.
I've heard Georgina before.
Which is weird, right?
Okay.
Gorgeous George used to be a wrestler back in the day. But she was going by Gorgeous George. And I'm like, fuck it. We're gonna jerk off into the magazine. Straight into the magazine.
And
we're gonna
crazy.
get these pages stuck together like I've seen in the the films, the comedies and whatnot. So
Moulz with the original cum tributes, huh? Okay.
That was the original cum tribute to Gorgeous George, Macho Man's former girlfriend and valet. I actually was just watching.
On the spine, one sperm at a time.
That's right. Listen, I was watching the Bash at the Beach 99 recently, and she was Macho Man's valet at the show. That might have been the actual show those pictures were taken at, and I remarked to myself, even today, I'm like, damn, she was really good. She just looked really good.
Yeah.
Where's
Mine's either Madonna and Vanity Fair or like when the cast of All My Children was on TV Guide or something. I don't know.
Oh, man.
It was rough.
Look, I'm hitting the drop.
I didn't have any choice.
For coming inside of the magazine.
In the magazine is crazy, but I've had my fair share of moments. The Nerf football, that was a moment.
I mean, Mel, it was literally my first time. I had to figure out, is this sustainable? Is that what you do? Do you just like nut in between? Because I heard about pages stuck together. A lot of comedians talk about it. You hear about it on shows. I'm like, oh, that's what you do. I guess
that was what you were supposed to do. Okay,
you open up the page. You fucking. I thought it was like a one-time use. You know? Yeah.
Just for that purpose, I guess.
Yeah, fuck it. You know
what?
what?
Like
I'm bringing it back.
Fox still or something, or is it just like the AVN magazine? I have no idea.
No, they
took the nudes out of Playboy,
I think.
So
yeah,
they don't.
Oh,
really?
No.
Yeah, they took them out a long time ago.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Yeah. I know, right?
But Penthouse is still going.
Yeah, Penthouse, Hustler. You know, the classics. I'm bringing it back.
I wonder what happened to High Society.
Fuck, I'll let you know. I'm gonna hit the newsstand this weekend. I'm gonna be fucking.
No. I wonder if they still have like the Celebrity Paparazzi magazine. Remember that?
They were doing celebrity nudes on newsstands?
Yes.
What?
Oh,
this was like Uma Thurman topless
at the beach. What did the kids say? I was born in the
because the internet was all dial-up. So like if you wanted to see it, you had a better chance going to a magazine stand.
It was like
waiting for the picture to load for 5 years.
Like on the Enquirer, you'd see this kind of shit.
Like Winona Ryder in a bathtub. Also the Enquirer. They'd have bikini stuff.
This is funny to talk about because I was just telling Moulz on the phone. It was a false flag, by the way, but I saw something trending. I thought that weirdo Abby Shapiro had some leaked nudes.
No,
and, I scurried over to my dark sources and corners of the internet. It was fake. They were capping, but you know, the point is, if I wanted to see, so there's places I can go. Back in the day, I guess you only had these magazines.
You had to go to the newsstand, or you had to wait for the JPEG to load.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that's a fake. Like 40 minutes later.
That dial up. I'm young. I'm old enough to remember. I was in at the I had the AOL discs. I remember loading Michael Jordan's website, and it took like 45 minutes to load.
Now imagine trying to load a 10-second preview clip on like QuickTime or Real Player of some porn, and it's like buffering it maybe like every 10 seconds you get 1 second loaded.
Man, I wonder if I still have that. Oh, I think it's not on memory stick. I think I might still have data CDs of 20-second clips.
You gotta love the 20-second clips.
The 20-second clips.
Oh man, listen.
The original Vines. The original TikTok.
Like, yeah, it was the original. It was like beat the clock.
You know, I'm going to ask. I feel like I have a fellow smut man in the building because no one ever remembers this when I bring it up. Sean, do you remember a steakandcheese.com?
Oh, I remember this website.
No, but I could probably pull
Oh, no,
it
you
up.
do remember it, right, Moulz? Okay, yeah. That was,
What is that?
Cheese.
it was just kind of like a variety website of just like it was a lot of Rule 34 there. Like it was circulated amongst us kids because it was like, do you want to see Vegeta fucking Bulma? You know, and it's
Oh my
like,
God.
You hear
Of
about
course.
that in the same circles you hear about Rotten.com.
right.
Yeah, it's
you
gone
know.
now.
Rotten,
Oh, it's been going on,
steak
yeah.
and
Oh,
cheese.
no, wait.
That was, the
It's
whole
still
internet.
there. It's still here.
They have it archived or something?
Yeah, whatever it is, it's going on. It might. This looks like it's new stuff. I see gamer videos and gamer chairs. Yeah, that's
Fuck it.
that is
It's
pornography.
the Marshall Mathers review. We're
It
bringing
looks
back.
like
We're bringing
looks
back.
like clips of people's gold show chat room, like chat room stuff.
So it's like
Like if
cam horror stuff now.
Yeah, it's cam horror stuff.
Oh, okay. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not the old Rotten. All right, we're not bringing Rotten back. I apologize. That was premature, but we are jerking off in magazines again.
Oh my. Yeah, there's these are I don't know any of these people.
These are real Ken Kniff hours going on.
Yeah, I don't even know if
which-
any of these people have enough. I don't even know if I'm following any of these people. I don't know if they're famous enough.
Great transition. You know, this is an album from 2000. So I was kind of taken aback when I heard, obviously the internet existed, you know, AOL, probably like AOL keyword slim, you know, if you wanted to go to like the Eminem website, but like hearing him say in verse 2, it's Ken Kniff on the internet trying to lure your kids with them into bed. Like that was the big fear back there, like chat rooms,
Yep.
you know, internet
I'm
predators,
in a chat room.
you know? Oh yeah.
I almost got
Bro, in
predated. Me and David.
Oh, you almost got predated?
It's true.
I'm sorry to hear
I'm
that.
telling you, the chat rooms were the place to be back then.
I remember the chat rooms.
It was lawlessness.
Oh,
Shit
of
was
course.
lit.
Yeah.
It was lit.
It was
We
lit.
almost
It was.
got in hot water with an older man from Las Vegas who was going to fund a wrestling website for us to start.
Oh my goodness. Oh man. Yeah. It's a good thing that we never got caught up in that. I mean, it was one of those things that like before any adults really knew what was going on with the internet, they would just all they knew was like stay out of them chat rooms. You know, you can do anything you want basically, but don't be talking to random people on the internet because they could hurt you, you know. But of course, us being kids, we're gonna do what we're told not to do. And I just remember being in there, and like you said, it was lawlessness. It's just like people saying whatever, whenever. Really, I didn't like spend much time there because I couldn't find like a place to like actually jump into the conversation because it was going like a mile a minute.
It's kind of
I'm
like
like-
Twitter Spaces now.
You know, right? And I couldn't really like establish myself, so I would just lurk.
You
and
had to
just
do the
watch.
sneaky link, Mel. You had to mess it. You had to see who was in there and then just IM them privately.
Right, privately.
Yeah, the private message was you couldn't what was the main? It was just called like the main room or whatever.
Yeah,
The
it was
hub,
like the
I
main
believe, or
room,
something like
Yeah, the
that.
hub.
like the little lobby or whatever, and then you
Lobby.
had spin-off
Yeah.
rooms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you had the private message.
You know,
What was the other one I had? I did MSN Messenger. I don't know what the hell's
Oh,
going
I
on.
had MSN too.
I remember MSN.
My goodness.
Had AOL,
Just-
of course. Had MSN.
I probably could have been arrested for the things that happened in my MSN Messenger.
Look, the MSN shit, that was to talk to the people who were overseas or the real weirdos who weren't on AOL at the time,
Yeah, that's who I talked to.
who were flying solo
Mhm.
on the
Yeah, Ken
internet.
Kniffs. Yeah.
No
Yeah.
bumpers.
I might have been King Kniff.
Oh man.
I'd have to ask some women who are now adults about that, but
Oh brother. Yeah. You know, I mean, that it was the Wild West era of the internet. You know, as dark as some corners still are, it's nothing compared to how it was. You know, it was a different place. Kids, trust me, whatever you think the moderation is now, it was just non-existent.
it was literally just pirates and pornographers.
Yeah.
And then just roam free like Grand Theft Auto.
It was nuts, man. It was nuts.
Just whatever.
You know?
Whatever's going on. I chose to freestyle rap battle in
The key styling,
Key styling.
Yeah.
That's what I chose to do. And
that's not too bad. You know, that's some of the, I guess, good, clean fun you could get into in that time. You know,
it was pretty fun.
Hey, another transition. It's a sick world we live in these days. Slim, for Pete's sake, put down Christopher Reeve's legs. Christopher Reeves, one of his favorite topics, obviously. He talks about him all the time, but this is probably my favorite Christopher Reeves line because the image is hilarious.
Yeah.
It's the kind of mischievous Slim Shady.
Like, what are you doing now?
Right, exactly. What are you doing now, Slim? And he's just like, he gets caught, he just drops the leg. Sorry. You know?
Yeah. Which goes into, it's not the part, actually that part I do have memorized, which is one of my favorite bars, stanzas, segments, where I just thought, he's going to rhyme everything.
He's going to rhyme every word.
He said, you guys are so sensitive. Slim is a touchy subject. Trying just don't mention it. Mine with no sense in it. Fried schizophrenic whose eyes get so squinted. I'm blind from smoking on my windows to the dying limousine with lines of coke in them with a bunch of guys hopping out or high and those sitting.
Oh man. Yeah. And see, the rap nerd in me is always gonna appreciate that, but like what kills me is like the Eminem of that era. Now he's just like free, just I call it the sputtering faucet flow. This still worked in the context of making a record. So
it also helps that he's doing it over that great bass line. So
right.
It's kind of like a funky, he kind of just rolls.
Yes.
He rolls into it, as opposed to now where he's just like, it's like
he can't
power
help himself
jogging.
Now. Yeah, he just cannot.
He's on
help
a treadmill.
Right, it's turned all the way up to 11. You know,
which is
that's
funny
the only
because
thing he can run on now.
As we know in Marshall Mathers LP2, he says the Columbine line and it's not bleeped out, and he says, "I bet it doesn't get bleeped out now." And it's like, no, because you put the emphasis on the wrong syllable, so it just sounds like like what, that's not the line.
Right, yeah.
Like when he said it, I was like, no, you didn't. And I went back and I was like, oh, he did.
Right.
Like, so this from Columbine, some alumni.
Yeah, he said, like, no. Right, you can hide things by just putting different emphasis on different words. That's the stage you're in.
Oh, I hate that rhyme on MMLP2. I hate it so much. There's some pain and suffering on there, but I really like Stronger Than I Was. I like when he just starts screaming into the microphone. It was like the sequel to Haley's song.
I remember where I was when that album leaked. I remember like walking around San Diego. It was like a sunny day and hearing this man and being like, I was in awe because I'm like, yeah, this isn't the Eminem that I grew up with. But like, he's fighting for his life on here and I respect it. Like,
jeez.
You know,
he was fighting. It's like, I'm trying.
Exactly.
I'm trying.
You know, it's
he's
the
running
Rap
on
God
a treadmill.
album.
He was really running on a treadmill on that.
He was. You know, it was.
I remember when Rap God came out, I was like, what happened to nobody listens to techno?
You know? It was definitely just his like, hey guys, like I'm just looking
fucking on a
Steve
Aoki
beat. Yeah.
Fucking rhyming too fast.
I feel like every year I like go in like every other year I'm like, you know what? Let me like listen to Rap God again because I think of it as like a joke. And I'm like, let me just see. It's a joke,
I think
right?
I finally put it on because I had an MMLP2 playlist of like the songs I could tolerate. And I finally put the last thing I added to it was Rap God. I think I just put it at the beginning. Like, let's get it over with. Like, we can't pretend it doesn't exist.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm like, let me just leave that to the people who are just, you know, not even really hip hop fans. They're just in awe of this guy rapping a mile a minute. But like, after, however, I don't know what year it was when I finally came around.
Yeah, this thing's an hour long now. It's not at the, put it towards the end. I put it between asshole and brainless for some reason. I used to have it first.
Yeah. I
put all the bonus tracks first. That's why. Remember
that's a great
bonus
concept, tracks? By the way. Like, whenever I make playlists.
Baby, Desperation, Groundhog Day, Groundhog Days. Track. That's the track.
Are those the three?
Have the deluxe
Is that it?
edition?
Beautiful Pain is a Sia song. And then Wicked Ways was like a blues. It was like one of those blues monster.
Is someone on Groundhog Day? Is it like Joel
No, that's just
Ortiz
him
or something?
spitting.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I know this.
That's a good one. You should click on that one. He actually finds the pocket. Like, I found it, guys! I found it!
It's worth screaming
like,
about. If modern Eminem
thank
actually
God.
finds
And it was a sigh of relief.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe the next album. What was the album after that?
After MMLP2?
Oh, no.
Kamikaze.
No, Revival.
Was it Revival?
It was Revival. Oh.
Then Kamikaze.
He had to hit bottom. And then he was okay. He hit bottom. He's like, okay, it won't get any worse than that.
To be fair, it hasn't gotten any worse than that. To be fair, it hasn't. So
it can't.
Revival, I just remember riding around to that.
The Charles Bradley sample goes, though. The lyrics are indefensible.
I couldn't.
It's one of the worst albums I've ever heard in my life.
It's indefensible. Indefensible.
It was one of those albums where I consider myself to be a generally shameless person, but like I remember rolling the windows up tightly. Like I can't let anybody see me listening to this because I can't be like, hey guys, I'm just listening to this to get a rating on it. Like I'm not enjoying this, but it was, that was a bad experience. Yeah, but
I would say Groundhog Day from MMLP2 is good. Now it's not as good as Don't Front. But it's in that he actually is like rhyming in a rhythm.
What I appreciate about playlists a lot of times is they're time capsules for me because I can see like when an album comes out, like whatever was like added like last, it's like, okay, this is what I came around on last. So like I have a document of like the things I liked originally, things that had to grow on me, like there must have been some song obviously there was like the Jay-Z Cashmere Thoughts debacle, but it was like the final song.
I was never really a part of that, but I remember it was a big thing.
Yeah.
That was big in the 90s. I was I didn't listen to the album in the 90s, so that's another thing about me. But by the time I was like, what's wrong with this? I like the Project Funk the World beat.
Yeah, I didn't. The first time I heard Reasonable Doubt was in college. I think 2013. I was on the toilet and I was like, this is fine, but I don't know if this is like, I'm not sure about this hype of it being his magnum opus. And then I revisited it years later, got some more rap knowledge under my belt. And I think it kind of unlocked for me then,
Yeah, it's very good.
Maybe I was just having a bad time on the toilet. I don't know, but I mean, I did not like it, but I'm like, this ain't no Black album, Like,
I don't think it's a toilet album.
It's definitely
listen to my #1 classic on the toilet.
Oh my God, not Jay, not Jay.
You disrespected my masterpiece.
Look, I'll give you this, Jay. Since you're gonna show up, you did borrow from M on this song with the "I used to give a fuck, now I give a fuck less." What do you think of success?
That's the line that I cannot, for the life of me, like I know what he's saying. I've said it. I've read it. But when it comes to that part, and I'm running through the album because I know every stitch of it, including the ad libs and the skits, I go, "What do I think? Success.
It's a tongue twister.
Success.
Yeah, I never remember the exact order of things.
I'm like, he's gonna say too much press. I'm depressed. No, it's too stressed. Too much stress. What? Which way is
all
it?
the S's. Yeah.
He made it a hot line. I made it a hot song. Success.
And it's actually Jay-Z took it from Eminem. Eminem took it from Infinite Eminem.
Yeah, I was
which
reading
is even
on,
better.
Yeah, the bad website.
And in a slugfest, I get physical like physicians. He was like AZ on helium. It's amazing. Invisible like magicians with mystical like traditions. His voice just got higher and higher.
Oh,
Wicked
man.
wizardry like a sorcerer, no remorse for you when I torture you throughout the course of my orchestra. That's actually what he said.
I've yet to hear Infinite in full.
He's spitting.
Okay.
It's pretty much
check it out.
It's kind of like modern Eminem, but he's doing it because it's 96, so he's doing it in the 90s style. But he's rhyming everything.
The remastered version of the title track, I think it's called the FBT remix.
Oh Lord.
It's
I have my old Napster version.
It sounds amazing, honestly. It's like I didn't think that they'd be able to restore the record from its original. It was like a very dirty sounding record.
It's pretty dirty.
They didn't do anything to it to modernize it. They just like kind of cleaned everything up. It sounded great.
It's very lush.
Yeah, this is Eminem.
Yeah, I could get
back
down
to
with
himself.
like the first half of Infinite, and then after that, no.
I think at some point we may do it, but I'll say this: not really a big fan myself of that album.
Wither and snake, gibber and fake, bite a rhyme and stiffer y'all, stiffer and ache, wither and break, you slither and snake, gibber and fake, fibber and flake. Toss you in the different shape. Toss you in Michigan Lake for fisherman's sake. I'm not making these up. I'm not making these up.
Oh, man.
He was like, oh, you're just rhyming. Okay. So he's kind of gone back to Infinite Eminem.
It's that cradle to the grave thing. It's like you're a baby, you're shitting on yourself when you're
I know a crack fiend, Maxine, who needs a vaccine.
Oh, vaccine.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's timely. That's a Mr. Porter
it's
track.
funny. We get like these random flags on our episodes on Spotify where like they put this disclaimer. It's like for more COVID-19 information.
Oh, Lord.
And we're like, when did we talk about? We didn't talk about COVID in this episode. So we're like, I don't know. I'll be on the lookout now to see if they throw it on here. Now that we've mentioned, like, our theory was like during the Wu-Tang season, there was a lot of vaccine talk, from the Wu-Tang members. So it's like there was a lot of flags. But there are episodes where it's like, we don't remember talking about COVID or vaccine. So no. I'm going to see if they put it on.
I think if you say it, because I got shadow banned once because I typed like a version of one of those "you just lost to COVID" memes when they were losing sports games in the bubble.
Right.
Like you just lost to COVID protocols or whatever it was.
And they shadow banned you?
Oh, it was like briefly. It was like a misinformation flag. I'm like, I'm commenting on the meme.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It didn't last.
Okay. Well, that's good.
But it was funny.
Yeah. I'm gonna be, quick aside. I was scared of them protocols the whole playoffs. I was just.
Yeah.
I
can't believe it didn't happen to anybody.
Yeah. It only got Kerr. He was out for a couple games.
And there's rumors that it got to the Suns, but they said no comment.
Right. I figured if it was ever going to be that bad, they would have just swept it under the rug, like for the sake of ratings.
And they
probably did. Yeah, so.
We'll see how the parade pans out.
Oh, yeah. That was...
Man, that was fun.
Oh, did you go?
No, hell no.
Oh, okay.
No, I went to the television set. This is where I went.
Yeah, I watched the clips.
I took the day off.
Yeah, I downloaded like a bunch of video for the archives. Clay falling down, knocking people over. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm taking it off. It's Juneteenth.
I feel you. Yeah.
I don't have a job. I don't have a job where you get Juneteenth off, which I can't believe is a thing. That was something me and a guy on Twitter said was going to happen like a year before they did it, and we're like, why did we do this? Why did we speak this into existence? It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It also coincides with like the OJ Chase weekend, so and Tupac's birthday, so it's fitting.
Yeah, this is Black History holiday.
And the release of Devil's Night was June 19th.
There you go. Bunch of reasons to take the day off.
It's important.
Yeah, so
yeah, we all agree Mike Elizondo tore it up on that bass line.
Oh, absolutely. The bass line. There's another moment.
Fire.
It kind of comes in. It's in the first verse, like the second at like starting at bar 9. It's like this like wah wah noise, like wah wah wah. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that.
He's a really good guitar player.
Big fan of the wah wah. Yeah.
I thought he killed it when he did the Pink Floyd guitar solo on Devil's Night. I was like, this dude he let it go. Okay. give me some whammy bar.
That wah wah is very West Coast. Of course, you got Dre in there as well.
It did kind of feel like a return for Dre. It's not a single per se. like there's all these jokes about how you can't play Eminem at the club and that for some whatever reason. But I remember they did play the real Slim Shady at parties in 2000.
Yeah, they try to like memory hole it like it never happened. I was there.
Like
they played
it was
him.
big.
They played.
I would just stand there and rap the song.
Looks like another club banger. Okay, we know about it.
Moulz, did they play Eminem at Dope House?
Please no.
No, they didn't play him at Dope House.
Did they not put? We were somewhere and like they played it, and yeah, I just stood there and rapped it, and I had a great time.
Yeah,
like
that's what you're supposed to do.
That's what you're supposed to do. Like
I remember
everybody else.
when Eminem show had leaked, and they had to put it out like the following Saturday because it had already leaked like a few days before. I had the leak. I put on a party until I collapsed. Fucking tore the roof off of that house party. They were like, "Oh shit!" College kids lost their minds.
You know,
and it was a match made in heaven from that moment on. Like if you're in college, you're probably gonna like that song.
Well, that's what we were saying in
if you're
part
drunk
one,
at a college party, I got
as
something
much
for
as
you.
people have tried to change the narrative at this point, Eminem was cool at this time.
He was.
He got played. I mean, they played "Kill You" on the radio on the rap stations at 3 p.m, which sounds impossible. But they
one
did
of my
it.
favorite things
They
to
played
reference
"Bitch
all
Please"
the
too
time
on the radio.
is like, yeah, the songs that they were playing. Like I tell people all the time, like you gotta understand, I'm from an era where "Cleaning Out My Closet" was played on the radio.
Yeah, it was a massive hit.
That would never happen now. It would like it'd be
Business
too dark.
got played. Did they play "My Dad's Gone Crazy"?
I wouldn't doubt it.
I believe they did.
You know,
because I worked at a record store and we had a clean version, and the clean version was when he got to the lick a pussy and eat pussy lips, it was just lips in my face, like ringing my nose. I was like, okay. I believe Drips was silent. There was no drips.
That's one
it just skipped the song. It was like, say goodbye to Hollywood, 10 seconds of silence without me. Like, you could at least put Stimulate on there, which was what was supposed to be there.
Oh, man. You gotta love the songs that are, I guess, so crude that it's just not even worth censoring.
Like, we can't know.
Off. Yeah.
We can't do it.
Oh,
yeah, what else? I mean, didn't they play Who Knew on the radio? From the first Marshall Mathers OP, I think they might have.
Probably did.
Where's my... Oh, there it is.
It's hard for me to say like what was played on the radio and just what was played around because everyone had this thing. So
right around, exactly.
Oh, everything
That's what
was
I was
playing in
just
that car. You
thinking,
can hear "I'm Back" playing from a car because it's funky.
Yeah,
I think I first heard
it was a trunk rattler.
Who Knew, or at a friend's house in the 6th grade, and I was like, yeah, I'd never heard this Eminem before, you know, but like it blew my mind. I'm
Criminal
like, yo,
was definitely played on the radio.
Well, see, we haven't gotten to that yet in the review, but I'll just tell you now, like, I didn't hear Criminal until I think 2010, maybe 2011.
Wow.
That was the first time I had heard the album in full front to back.
That's like me listening to "It's Dark and Hell is Hot" in like 2016 for the first time.
Another album I haven't heard front to back. Even though my dad had it. He had
get around
the CD,
to it.
But
I'm not telling
definitely
you
get
you're
around
missing
to
a lot.
it.
Season 11.
I would say catch up on the Busta Rhymes albums first or something.
Okay. But yeah, Criminal, I heard it and it was my favorite song for like a week. And I remember going to my friend Sebro and I'm like, yo, Eminem Criminal. And he's like, he's not even a hip hop dude, my friend. And he's like, oh, you're late. Like, and I'm like, what? I know you're not telling me I'm late. You listen to Black Eyed Peas, unironically.
Shut up.
Know?
Just shut up. Shut up. I thought about listening to Black Eyed Peas Shut Up again, but I can't.
You know, like their pop music, you know? And he's like, yeah, you missed that whole wave. Like, where were you?
Kind of went, though. They did.
That's what I'm hearing, you know? Before they went full pop.
I disagree.
Oh, you disagree?
You thought it was pop music even then?
No, I thought it, well, kind of. I thought it was like watered down kind of Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, almost like Jurassic 5 without, you know, like a defining, like a defining vocal element in place. And then adding Fergie,
I like the skits on Behind the Front.
see.
Where they were doing guess the samples.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I got it. Puff. Bitch. I got it. Tell my man Mace. Damn. I got it.
Bridging the gap.
Gloria
I didn't hear him
Estefan
until Ella
almost.
Funk. Ella Funk is when they got on my radar, obviously.
Yuck.
So
I downloaded Ella Funk because, well, there was only one way to know at that time, and I was like, oh, this is what we're doing?
I definitely got it as one of the 99-cent Columbia House CDs.
Shut up.
oh, it was part of the Columbia House.
Yeah, it was
Speaking of songs that were never edited out, did people just memory hole Let's Get It Started?
I think they do.
Because
They
I have
definitely
the
do.
Bird CD to prove what that song was originally written as.
Yeah. You know? Oh, man, look.
Wow.
Yeah, let's get redacted. Yeah, of course. It was,
2003.
Yeah.
And not early 2003.
you
Like,
know?
we went and blew up another country and then released that song.
You know?
It was in Hitch, 2005.
Yeah.
I mean,
And we say
Eminem
on the
said it
show
many
was a different
times
time.
up to that
It really
point.
was a different time, you know?
He said it many times. Has he said it recently? I don't think he said it since... What do you think? Probably 03. I don't think he said... He might have said it in Kamikaze. He was kind of saying everything again.
Yeah, I'll give the Black Eyed Peas this. I'm giving them grief about being, pop artists, but I kind of low key mess with what's the one? The E&D? Is that the one?
With
That was the
Boom
dance
Pow.
album.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Boom Boom
the,
Pow and
I'm a Bee.
I'm a Bee.
Boom Boom Pow. I got a feeling.
I mean, they kind of just went all in at that point. They're just in a different genre.
There was a Sergio Mendes album that Will.i.am produced and executive produced.
Really?
And he got like Erykah Badu on there. A lot of people.
There's a Will.i.am production album he put out in the early 2000s. I remember I liked some of it. I didn't hear the whole thing.
Are you talking about Lost Change
I think that's what it
on
is.
BBE?
Yeah, I never heard the whole thing, but I was like, this is intriguing.
That was kind of like his underground LA hip hop album.
Yeah.
Mm. Oh, I can see how it kind
That's
of
a
got
hidden
released
gem.
September 1st,
That's a hidden
2001. He probably dropped it 10 days. Yeah. It probably got buried other than it just being like a debut studio album from him or solo album.
He came out the coma 2001 around the same time Dre dropped 2001.
Yeah.
I mean, if
They're
you
only-
hadn't told us you were in a coma, I would ask you why you said that sentence, but I get it. Thanks for the qualifier.
All right.
Oh, that's why.
Mel, check out this track list.
Of this Lost Change?
No, of this time list.
I'm on the revival track list, so please let me go to Will.i.am.
I'll drop it in the chat for you guys.
It's really good. The part I heard was really good. Oh, there's
This
a
is
link to
the
it.
Let's see.
Timeless album, and this is Lost
Yeah,
Change.
there's some joints on here. Planet Asia. Medusa. Oh, I was a big Medusa head.
There you go. That's both of them.
Beeline Science.
Okay.
I'm on the wrong page.
Yeah, I had this. Let me see.
I heard like some of it.
Mike Myers?
I wonder
He's
if
on
what
this?
Mike Myers that was.
Is this
I
Mike
doubt it.
Myers? Mike Myers? Or...
I doubt it.
Huh. Okay.
I don't know why it's taken. There's a general page, but if you look up the 2006 Sergio
This is the
Mendes
kind of album that you might find on Bandcamp. Like, would you like to buy the vinyl of this on Bandcamp?
Sergio Mendes.
Timeless.
Timeless.
You're gonna flip when you see this track list.
Okay, I
who's on
found
here.
one track from Lost Change on Bandcamp.
I got Lost
wow,
Change, Sean.
okay.
I can send it to you.
The Black
there you
Eyed
go.
Peas, Erykah
Please do.
Badu, Will.i.am, Stevie Wonder, Q-Tip, Jill Scott, John Legend, India Arie, Justin Timberlake, Pharoah
What year
Monch.
was this?
06.
2006.
Oh, he won the Grammy.
Yeah, this is. I want to
And
hear
this was right in the monkey business era. Black
Yep.
Thought, Charlie Tuna, Pharoah Monch and Justin Timberlake. Ugh. Of course,
Mel
it's
hit
the
the
longest
check
song on the
clear drop.
album. Why? Why does Justin Timberlake insist on making 6-minute songs?
Here's the check clear drop. Okay.
I mean, that's why Pharrell will never work with him again. He's like, you want to make another 6-minute song? Can you imagine if Bylon was 6 minutes long?
I'm a Bylon apologist.
I like Bylon,
fan.
but can you imagine if
thank
it
you.
was 6 minutes long?
Well, then it'd be a nightmare.
6 minutes of going in.
Tell you the truth.
Let it go.
That album's 5 years old already.
I was just telling.
Can we
Moulz,
call
like,
that a classic yet, or have people just forgotten about it?
Give
Let me
it
see, how
another
many
year
songs
or
did I
two.
like on Pretty Girls Like Trap Music?
I liked enough.
Man,
It was good.
That album was my anthem. I was rocking that. I even
like
listened
7
to
out
the
of
Nicki
16.
Minaj and Drake songs.
I think I like 9 out of 16 on there, but I did some funny business. So when we review it, I have to remember I got rid of Good Drank.
Oh, you
No.
Yeah, you put
And
the
I
choir version back on.
And I
didn't
put the
you?
choir version back in there, and I moved the version that was on the album into the loose singles folder.
Okay. Good drink. Yeah, that was a good one.
Oh no.
Bylon
Blue
apparently was my highest rated song on the
Blue Cheese might be top 5 Migos song.
Oh wow. Okay.
I'm just ever.
Let me see. I like Saturday
50,000
Night,
on me, I'm
Riverdale
a walking lick.
Road, 4 a.m. Oh, let me not give them all my takeaways. We gotta do the album one day, but yeah,
Yeah, that's my shit. I fuck with that album. Burglar Bars,
decent album.
Light a Candle, Shed One Tear, put Burglar Bars on.
Yeah.
Rolls Royce, bitch. My side chick got pregnant by her main dude, and I'm offended.
I miss when 2 Chainz was entertaining. I don't know.
I don't know what's going on now.
I don't know. I think
He's
he
in
was
his
right out of
Eminem
there.
era.
It's just
Ever since the LeBron
Chloroseptic
album,
did it.
it's not been the same.
Oh, the LeBron album?
Ever since.
That was the
He's
turning
not-
point. I agree.
Yeah,
That was
there's
the
just
turning
not
point.
a good 2 Chainz album that
It was
exists.
a bad fork in the road.
Yeah. Everything was good up until that point, and then it got not good anymore.
Yeah. Did he put
Rapper
out
go to
how
the
many
league.
albums did he put out since then? Not
He
many.
put
A
out
handful.
Rapper Go to the
I don't-
League. He put out So Help Me God. He put out the one this year with
I have one So Help Me God song. Uno.
what's the he did sample
Dope
I Can't
Don't
Go
Sell
for That
Itself.
Hall & Oates on that one.
Yeah,
I
Dope
recall.
Don't Sell Itself. He just put out this year.
Dope Don't
There's
Sell
a new
Itself.
2 Chainz album.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, it's only 30 minutes long. Oh, wow. Ugh. Okay, Moneybagg Yo, Beat King. This looks like a Juicy J mixtape list of features here. Lil Durk,
man.
Sway Lee. Never.
I mean, I
Broke
think he's
Again.
running into that same problem that Rick Ross is, where you're going to put out the same album to a diminishing returns.
There's a
each
Manny
year.
Fresh beat on here. God help us.
Yeah, he's in his Rick. I mean,
He
well, the
needs
thing
a
about Rick
Ludacris
Ross,
feature is what he needs.
Oh God, Luda,
Turn
modern
it
day.
all
I
around.
mean,
Jaquez
Jackie's, yeah.
in 2022?
Oh,
And Stove God cooks somehow.
Moulz, didn't you say that? Did you tell me something? Was that you that was like, check out that song or something?
Stove
Like,
God still
that,
has
Vlad?
no Wikipedia page. That's
Vlad TV.
yeah.
well, that's
Yeah,
the Stove
it
God
was-
song.
It was like the sort of, concession to the Dusties record
Got
on the
it.
album. It's not a
Yeah.
trap.
I don't
record.
want
It's like
to-
some Griselda sounding shit, basically.
I don't want 2 Chainz to do Dusty.
It's too late. He's doing a whole album with Static Selecta, apparently. We've
Jeez.
officially hit that point.
He'll do a Hit Boy album next.
Hit Boy is just doing everything with everybody at this point, and I respect it, honestly.
You know what else I like about I'm Back? He does the vocal scratch really well on that song. And that's one of his ticks, but he hit it really hard on I'm Back. I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh, okay, you're not a beatboxer, but you feel
that was definitely the word tick hit. That was a tick for me.
It is a tick.
Absolutely.
Back.
In my early rap career, I would do that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I don't know where it came from, but yeah. There's at least like 4
Sergio Mendes
5
shit
songs.
didn't even chart in the U.S.
Won a Grammy,
Look at
though.
all these stars. Yeah, I won a Grammy.
He made it to the NBA Live 07 game, I guess. So that's cool. Even though by that point,
it's
2K had taken over.
2006. I don't think anyone would. People were listening to Nelly Furtado and Timbaland at that point, so this wouldn't have hit the radar. Not even with Black Eyed Peas on it, and they were huge.
I was so happy to see Nelly Furtado.
Apparently,
get,
it was
like,
top
another
5
moment.
in hit the Dutch charts. Top 5.
Yeah, the Dutch. Oh my God, the Dutch love this thing. It was in the
100,000
year-end
sold in the
chart.
UK.
Shout out to the Dutch. You know, yeah, the Dutch were popping for this.
This shit
100,000
flopped.
went gold.
This
in
was
the UK.
definitely like Tower Records is going out of business, and this has been marked down to $1. And I see all these names on the back, so I'm buying.
Reggae
I wanna
tone.
hear it.
Why is it
This
Nori on
sounds-
here?
Yeah. You know, reggaeton, it's funny. Like, I went in this wormhole recently. I went to the National African American History Museum, ended up getting this Angela Davis autobiography because I just like, you know what? I want to learn about her. I hear about her all the time. Never started reading her autobiography. I got to a part where she's going to Cuba. I go to Wikipedia, I start reading about Cuba, and I just like this tidbit has been stuck in my head ever since. Like, they banned reggaeton in Cuba because they were like, this is the devil's music.
What?
Like, too much gyration. And yeah, I can't make this up. Like,
In
and that's been
Jamaica?
stuck in my
Oh, in
head for
Cuba.
weeks now.
Yeah.
In Cuba. They're like, no reggaeton. We can't listen to that here. And I was like, huh, okay, didn't know that.
That's
So,
odd.
Yeah.
It tracks, but no shots. But
Yeah.
It tracks.
Strange truth.
Yeah. But
I found Will.i.am's second studio album, Must Be 21. And it's
That
got
sounds
KRS, Fife,
alarming.
Supernatural, Planet Asia, MC
What?
Light,
I had
Phil
no
the
clue this
Agony,
existed.
Tash.
Oh, this is
from
see.
03.
I haven't even heard this.
This came out the same day as Speakerbox Love Below, which is why no one's ever heard of
oh, yeah.
Okay.
Man. Bad
Yeah.
release date timing for him.
it. But a
I've-
couple of these
I've
songs made it
heard-
to NBA Live and Madden.
oh,
That's your only hope these days. Well, in those
The
days,
Go
rather.
song. A song called Go. Made
How
it
did
to
I know
Madden.
about Lost Change? I know songs about girls from.
I didn't know
07.
about
That was
this
on
one.
Interscope. I never heard of this in my life.
I'd never seen it before.
Fergie's on here with MC Light.
Yeah, they were
me
Fergied
see.
out by then.
Go.
That gives me pause.
Oh, this song. No, I know Go. Yeah, because I had both NBA Live 2005
So
and
you're
Madden
more familiar
2005.
with Will.i.am's second album than either of us.
Then I guess both you guys.
That's awesome.
Oddly enough. Yeah, I remember this song.
Who? I know Go by Common.
Go.
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 Yeah, that year I was listening to Deloused in the Comatorium. And
Mars Volta.
yeah. And Jewel 0304. One of the greatest pop albums of all time.
Is that the one with Intuition on it?
304.
Yes. The
I
ladies
remember her,
razor. It was
Jewel.
the whole album sounded like a ladies razor commercial. And I'm like, that's
This-
right. Lean into
This
it.
shit, no. This was in an NBA game, this Go?
She did a Fiona Apple
It
song on there.
was.
This
It
shit
was.
sounds like
I
some
remember it
Janelle
well.
Monáe spaceship
I know, right?
music.
I know, right? They were putting... The best NBA Live soundtrack was 03 because it was like Snoop, Joe Budden. There's a lot of stuff in there.
Probably
They-
Grindin' was on there. by then.
Let me see. They put out a separate, like, you got the game and then you flip the little disc tray.
Wait,
and it was
NBA
like
Live
isolated.
03. This is for Jesse and some of the other olds who are listening right now. You got that Hot Carl and Redman song?
Yeah. That was there. Blow. Yeah, the NBA Live style mix of Blow.
First video game soundtrack in history to go platinum.
Yep. Yeah, no, this thing was classic. It included the CD, just the isolated CD. I used to, fun fact, Rap Rankings listeners, Mel used to cry to the Brandy Full Moon remix featuring Fat Joe. I loved it.
What?
Yeah.
What?
So crazy. Yeah, I was in love with that song. Yeah. Embarrassing times. I was going through a lot. All right. 10-year-old Mel was going through a lot. All right. So forgive me.
Crystal
yeah,
Method made NBA Live 2002.
Oh, word.
You know what's a fire soundtrack for a basketball game? And maybe I'm biased because I just played this game a lot. NBA 2K, whatever the soundtrack is with Ride by Zion I on it.
Let me see.
And has Little Brother Carolina Agents.
Hot Carl.
Let's see.
I think Quick produced that song.
Did he?
This might be. Let me see. You said Little Brother was on there too?
Yeah, Carolina Agents was the name of the record. I think it's 07, but it's possibly 06.
So this is post Ninth Wonder.
It was 2K6.
This was still a Ninth Wonder beat. I think
2K6.
this was towards the, before Get Back, after Minstrel Show. So there's a little Ninth Wonder going on still. Maybe it's Crisis.
Mercer Ninth made it on one of these. That's cool.
Yeah, I had 2K. I think that was the one that like converted me to 2K. It was 2K6
with Shaq.
Yeah, they had like just a lot of like filler tracks, like just like stock music. But yeah, they had the Roots on here. There's some Oh No stuff. Yeah, Little Brother, Jean Grey, Common. I vaguely remember this soundtrack. A$AP Rock is on here.
It was very much like a OK Player. Basically True Notes Part 2.
That's awesome.
Nice. Huh. Well, wow.
Basketball soundtrack season coming soon. Video game soundtrack. Moulz Mel, play the games. But
I've been playing Metroid Prime Echoes.
The new one?
No.
Okay.
I got the Wii version.
I don't know what the new one is. What's it called, Mel? Metroid Nemesis?
I wouldn't know.
Nemesis, Genesis, Dread.
Metroid Prime.
Metroid Dread.
Dread is the new one. I haven't played it.
Yeah, I don't even think I have a game system that would play that game if I bought it.
Yeah.
You have to have a what?
Xbox
what
One,
is that on? A Switch?
I think it's only on a Switch.
Maybe I'll commandeer my friend's bedroom one day. Like I rented this game. It's going down.
Well,
yeah.
As usual, we go all over the hip hop world and
what
just
good's
the
it
world
gonna
in
do
general.
against a man that strangles himself?
Exactly.
There you go.
So Sean, I'm sure we'll be seeing you again, and
yes,
as always, thank you. You have anything to plug? Any shout outs?
Thank you.
Floor is yours.
I don't have anything to plug. Sane is crazy. I don't know what's going on.
Saying it's crazy.
That's pretty much it, I guess. You should
Folks,
find less
more
Bundy.
than ever.
You could find some less Bundy key styles on Eminem board.
Sane is crazy.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey.
Exactly.
See you guys for that track 11, I guess.
Yeah, track 11 coming right up. Sean, thanks again, and we'll be right back.
Thank you. Yep.
Yo, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all the other episodes, stop by raprankings.com or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform.